Let's talk about Manchester United for a second, but let's begin with Paul Pogba. This is something he said. It's hard to describe this season. Manager changes, injuries, nothing left to win. It's sad. I go through difficult moments, especially in Manchester. The national team revitalizes me. Well, that happens a lot, Paul Pogba. I can tell you as a South American, a lot of that happens all the time. So I'm not surprised by that comment. I'm more interested, Fabrizio Romano, in the way that he's thinking about his fate with Manchester United. What do you think?
He is not happy. This is the reality. That's why he's always going to the national team and giving interviews, because he's not happy with the current situation. His transfer to Man United was not the best idea. So this is why the expectation around Paul Pogba is to make a decision in the coming weeks. From what I'm told, it's not going to be end of March or April. So he wants to wait till the end of the season before deciding what he wants to do. This is why he's waiting for the new manager, because we know that Manchester United are in the process to hire a new manager. And so this is why he wants to wait to see who will be the new face of the project, what kind of project they have, before deciding on Manchester United proposal, because they made a proposal. It was last July, and the proposal is still on the table, so it's up to Pogba. But at the same point, he's tempted by other opportunities. Let's say which clubs, because at the moment, everything is quiet, because I see a lot of rumors, for example, about Paris Saint-Germain, but they don't even know who will be Paris Saint-Germain manager. And to decide on this kind of signings, you need a project, you need a manager, you need a director. So there are many things that need to be clarified, and this is why Paul Pogba is going to take time before deciding his next club. But he's really tempted by the opportunity of changing. He wants to win, and he knows that for Manchester United project, they need a shock. They need a new manager. They need a new structure if they want to do something important in the next season. But it's going to be complicated. So that's why it's taking time. I think end of May would be the right moment for him to decide.
Well, there's something there that you brought up, which is obviously the other important point, which is about a manager in the summer. Laurie Whitwell of The Athletic reported Jorge Mendes, there was a target there for a Tottenham anticipation about Harry Kane as well, maybe going to Old Trafford as well. Darwin Núñez, Tammy Abraham have been talked about. Before we get into the manager conversation, the talent that obviously Manchester United want in the summer, who do you think is there a hierarchy? Is there a number one target at this point? Is it Harry Kane? Is there a bunch of people? What's going on?
No, what I'm told is that they're exploring many situations, because Man United will 100% sign a new striker in the summer. They want to have a new phase of their attack, and so this is why they're going to sign a new striker. But before putting in a bid, opening the negotiations, they want to make sure that the new manager will be happy with that player. So, for example, Pochettino is a manager that is in the race to become the new Manchester United manager, and he loves Harry Kane. So it could be the perfect match. But could be not the same for Erik Ten Hag. It's just my opinion. It's not news. I'm not saying that Ten Hag doesn't want Harry Kane. I'm sure yes, but I'm just saying that maybe
the Pochettino-Harry Kane relationship obviously is strong enough to, exactly.
And it could happen also it could help also to make the deal happen. So there are many factors in this kind of deal. It's not kind of deal you decide in March or in April. So what they say on Man United side is going to take some time before deciding who will be the striker. But all these names mentioned are correct. They love Harry Kane since a long time. But even Tottenham loves Harry Kane. We know Daniel Levy, how difficult it is to negotiate with him. We know Antonio Conte, how important will be for Antonio Conte to keep Harry Kane at the club. My expectation is, if Antonio Conte will stay at Tottenham in the summer, it's because he knows that Harry Kane will stay too. I don't see Antonio Conte staying with Harry Kane leaving the club. This is not Antonio Conte approach, Antonio Conte mentality. If he stays, it's because he knows that the club are planning for something big, and something big means keeping Harry Kane at the club. So just to give you an example on how complicated it will be to manage this negotiation. So Harry Kane is a name we have to keep in mind, but Darwin Núñez, another name mentioned, he's a player that many clubs want. For example, West Ham wanted him in January, but Benfica asked for more than 50 million euros. So imagine how complicated it will be to be in the race for the same player with many clubs looking for a striker. I told you in December will be summer of strikers. Arsenal, West Ham, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, maybe Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain. How many clubs will go for a striker? In Italy, also Inter, AC Milan. There are many, many top clubs going for a striker. And Man United too. So it's going to be a long race.
Yeah, and of course the exits as well of Edinson Cavani that will happen as well. And I don't even know Marcus Rashford. I honestly don't know if maybe the best thing for him is to go somewhere else. So there's a lot to discuss there. Very quickly though, staying with Manchester United, you mentioned of course Pochettino. It's not a secret, right? Erik ten Hag, it's not a secret, right? That there's obviously a lot of interest there. Wayne Rooney stated his intentions of managing Manchester United. How long is this managerial search list?
It's long list. Let me say that Wayne Rooney is not included at the moment, but we wish him the best. Maybe in the future could be an option. Would be nice to see Wayne Rooney working for Man United. But at the same point, the names you mentioned, Erik ten Hag had an interview with Manchester United. He's waiting for an answer, but he's been approached by 2 more clubs. So everything is open on ten Hag's side, and let's see what Man United will decide. Mauricio Pochettino already had contacts with Man United board since long time, so he's always been a target. Even in November, he was in the list, but it was impossible to appoint him during the season for Paris Saint-Germain. They wanted to keep him, but now it's different. We know that he has very good chances to leave Paris Saint-Germain, and that's why Manchester United have Pochettino's name in the list. And I wanted to include also Cruz Lopetegui, who is doing a very good job with Sevilla and he's always been appreciated by part of the board of Man United. Of course, he's not the front runner, but it's a name that they discussed internally. I see a lot of rumors on Luis Enrique, but I'm told that it's going to be more than difficult. He's really focused on Spain, and Luis Enrique is not kind of person that is working at the same time for a club like Man United. It's not a small club. And then for the national team, for Spain, it's going to be a very important World Cup. They really think and feel that they can do it. And I think they're right because they have many, many good players and a very good style with Luis Enrique, thanks to Luis Enrique. So it's not going to be easy. But Erik ten Hag, Pochettino, and then Lopetegui are 3 names that are in the list for sure.